Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a massive shift in personal technology. I mean, a change that could be even bigger than when we all moved from desktops to smartphones. And you know what the craziest part is? It's already happening.
Just let that sink in for a minute. That phone in your pocket, the one that feels like a part of you, it might be on its way to becoming a relic. I know it sounds dramatic, but tech moves so fast, and we're already seeing the first real steps beyond that little glowing screen.
It's kind of wild when you see it laid out like this, right? We went from those giant, clunky brick phones to these supercomputers in our pockets in just a couple of decades. So the huge question we're tackling today is what comes next? What's going to fill in that big question mark?
Well, it looks like the answer is a future that moves away from screens we have to hold and stare down at. This isn't the end of computing, not by a long shot. It's really just the end of a chapter.
Now, you might be thinking this is all science fiction, something out of a movie. But the future, it's not just a theory anymore. One of the biggest names in tech has already made a move into this new world, and it's been surprisingly successful. Yeah, we are talking about Meta's AI-powered smart glasses. They're actually the first product to really break through and show that there's a real hunger for a device you can wear on your face that keeps you connected.
And here's the thing that's blowing everyone's minds: the scale. This is not some niche gadget for a handful of tech enthusiasts. No way. We're talking millions of these things have been sold. That number proves there's a real market out there, and you can bet the rest of the industry is watching very closely.
So, this success isn't just about one cool product. It represents a huge change in how we think about technology. It's a shift towards something called ambient computing.
Okay, this slide is key. On the left, you've got the world we live in right now, active computing. You pull out your phone, you unlock it, you find an app, you tap, you type. You have to tell it what to do. But on the right, that's where we're headed. Ambient computing. The tech is just there, in the background. It sees what you see, it hears what you hear, and it gives you what you need, sometimes before you even ask.
So, what does that actually feel like? Well, imagine you're looking at a menu in another language, and boom, the translation just appears right there next to the words. Or maybe you're getting directions, and instead of staring at a map, you see glowing arrows on the actual street in front of you. That's ambient computing. It's tech woven right into the world around you.
But how is any of this even possible? I mean, it sounds like magic, but it's not. It's all thanks to some incredible hardware breakthroughs that have been in the works for years.
So let's break it down. First, you have these teeny tiny but incredibly bright micro-OLED displays that create the picture. Then, you need these advanced lenses called waveguides to beam that image safely and clearly right into your eye. And for control, get this. Companies are working on neural wristbands that read the electrical signals in your arm's muscles, so you could control everything with just a tiny, subtle twitch of your finger. It's pretty wild.
Okay, so the technology is getting there, and we know people will buy it. That brings us to the big finale, the showdown that's coming, and some really serious questions about the kind of world we're building.
And this right here is what the next big tech war is going to look like. Right now, Meta is out in front. They have a real product that's selling. But we all know Apple is in the lab, cooking up their own version of true augmented reality glasses. Reports are saying they're aiming for 2028. This is going to be the next big platform war for sure.
And with any tech this powerful, there's a huge tension at its heart. On one hand, you have the promise, right? This amazing world of total convenience, where information is just there. But the other side of that coin, the peril, is just as real. What happens to privacy when everyone is wearing a camera? And forget about practical stuff like battery life. Do we really want to be plugged in all the time with no off switch?
Which brings us to the final, ultimate question. And it has nothing to do with micro-OLEDs or waveguides. It's about us. As a society, are we ready for this? Are we ready for a world where our reality is constantly being augmented and where every single person you pass on the street could be recording everything you say and do? That's a huge question, and it's one we're all going to have to answer very soon.